back and we're keep on going. Okay, everybody, we are back. Stay tuned. Yes. And we'll be talking about what happened there in just a second as well. And again, I see more people are popping on. So let's continue to give feedback of what's happening. We're in the middle of a remote quantum energy healing session, and you're tuning in now is no mistake. And I'm glad that you're here. So what you need to do is simply take a couple deep breaths, set yourself in the place of no time, no space, and start the connection at 12 noon Eastern Time. It's now 12:23 Eastern Time. We've been doing the remote quantum group healing for the last couple minutes. And I'm still in processing mode, meaning like an installation of a new app on your phone, there's a few moments before excuse me, I'm showing something in my screen there. There's a few moments before it's ready to operate, and so I'm in process mode. Dr. George looks like he's complete. Sasha, what are you noticing?
Finished.
Finished?
Finished. Yep.
Adrian or Vesna, any continued work on your side?
No.
Finished.
Okay.
Yeah, finished.
Well, I know I'm streaming. However, I have another feed on, and maybe it stopped. Oh, it's still on. Maybe it's still on. Nope. We'll see how that works on post-production. It's going somewhere, so that's all that matters. Good. Adrian, you all wrapped up?
Yep.
Okay, and Vesna?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Different feeling for me again today. George, I'll start with you. You laughed. Thank you. I see everyone smiling a little bit there, so thank you. George, tell me, what was your initial feel, and then what did you notice? What did you work on?
The reason I laughed is that I usually don't get a particular feeling when I do this, and you guys usually do. It's more of like a mechanical thing for me. I just go into this mode. That's why I laugh.
And that's, there's nothing, I want to interrupt you. There's no wrong or right way to get this done. And in fact, in some ways, George, I admire you with that mechanistic component. There's less, maybe there's a little bit less, I don't know. There's a different.
I got to bring balance, right?
Thank you.
So,
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, I don't have any, I just think it's kind of interesting. I just have this whole different methodical approach, I guess.
Beautiful.
A lot of the same stuff, like some hollow organs, a particular organ that had to be removed. Well, it's a weird one. Maybe I'll tell you later. We don't have this organ, but it showed up on us.
And so I want to add this because there's a question we got in the group last week was, what is a hollow organ? And so think of the airways. Think of your lungs, technically the bladder, digestive tract. What else, George, goes in that list?
Well, large intestine, small intestine, gallbladder, appendix. I got right lateral ventricle again. I've been getting right ureter on people this week. Yeah. pericardium. I think lungs would actually be solid organ.
Ooh, well, I guess better
Yeah.
refresh my definition.
Yeah, the parenchyma of the lungs would be the hollow part.
Right.
Yeah, it's taken from acupuncture or traditional Chinese medicine.
So yes, I'll definitely refresh my knowledge base there. So okay, and when we are adjusting the hollow organs, Dr. George, what does that tell you?
A few weeks ago, when it started showing up a lot, we had talked about expansion, expanding consciousness, expansion. I thought, well, it's an expansive organ, and maybe it needs to be goaded into expanding further.
Versus rigid in
After
its
a few weeks
ways.
of that, that's what I had felt like after the adjustment. Like I said, I was on the bicycle and it was like, whoa, everything was dialed in. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, very cool. Adrian, tell us, what did you find? What did you notice?
I found sexual organs. Yeah, it was little tension in these organs. Found muscular, the lateral pterygoid, the muscles inside the jaw.
Okay.
For those who don't know, and osseous jaw, I just think.
Okay.
Then a lot of cranial sphenoid work. Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. Anything else you want to add? Any insights? Any advice? Or, I mean, and by all means, that's what you shared with us is profound. So,
What would I felt on the beginning the feeling I had was posterior part was pretty loose and the anterior part was very rigid, so the physical component was like kind of loose and the emotional component was rigid, so maybe good to maybe work on stabilizing structure, stabilizing the spine, maybe few exercises like the plank,
wonderful,
cow, stuff like that, and we just kind of breathe slowly to listen to the emotions.
Excellent.
Sit with it.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And Sasha, tell us a little bit about what you noticed and how you're interpreting things for us.
When I did OD, I got Reiki Blue. Didn't want KST adjustments, just Reiki Blue. So I just did Reiki Blue the whole session. And it downloaded for a while. And then it stopped. It's finished. So whatever happened, happened. It was about kindness. That was my intention. Being kind to ourselves and being kind to others.
Excellent.
Not to gain reward, but because it's human too.
Yeah. Yes. And so for those that are just tuning in, Vesna will connect with you in a second. For those just tuning in, we've been doing a live remote quantum healing for the benefit of everyone who's participating, who connects at any point. And in the beginning, we showed some footage of the introductory talk I gave about this topic, and this slide right here says it all. So take a screenshot: function, structure, chemistry, electromagnetic fields, subtle energy fields, intention, information. Dr. William Tiller is the one who is doing this massive research, among others. And we are applying the science in physical healthcare, so to speak. And so with that being said, we just wrapped up the actual session. We had started with the video. We moved into a small explanation and then setting the intention. And Sasha mentioned kindness. So this is about kindness for ourselves and for the world and everything that we do. I know I talked about my intention was resilience for people, and Dr. George mentioned, part of me if I forget, though, we all had an intention that was beneficial to all humans, all life, and moving forward. So, Dr. George, just refresh me. What was the intention?
To awaken to create a better future,
Yes.
a brighter future.
Right. And so, Vesna, tell me about what you noticed, what you found.
Okay. I started with cranial bone, temporals for the emotion of fear. Then there were a few more cranials and upper cervicals. And then at the end, which was most profound, was working on heart chakra, and it felt as if it was expanding, and that was beautiful.
Thank you. That is so beautiful, so welcomed. For me, my work, I really only had two things to do, and one was the perception zones off the body, so the chakra, and it was just expansive. I tapped, and it went. Two oils came in. One is called On Guard, the protective blend. So that would be for our minds as well as our bodies. And then spearmint, which I know has a lot to do with communication, speaking truth. I know there's other qualities to those oils, just like any like eating carrots may be good for your eyes, other things like that. These are concentrated whole foods that are in liquid form and providing the biochemical components, which has an effect on mind, body, and spirit. Today was interesting for me. I immediately felt there was like I'm maybe unable to fully articulate what I was noticing, though expansive. There was a lot of power behind it. Yet there was a subtlety to it. So to me, that means there was a lot of people connected. There was a lot of influence that we were shifting, and yet it was a subtle thing. So a 1 degree turn of the wheel of the boat can take you from leaving New York City, aiming for England, but they could end up in Africa if I take a 1 degree change. So that being said, this has been another successful session of Synergy Solutions, and I wish the best for everybody out there. Stay strong, stay vigilant, stay brave, stay peaceful. There's wonderful things that you can do. I know each of us here, all the doctors here, have all kinds of wonderful advice about holistic and natural health care to strengthen and support your immune system, and this is one of our ways of giving to the world, to give to you, that you could be more resilient, be more kind, learn to see, open up those eyes, open up those ears, take those action steps that are going to help course correct this earth into a better place. I want to thank all the doctors for being here. Yeah. We go live, and my pledge to everyone here that's tuned in, as long as this situation is going on in the world, I'm going to be streaming this live, complimentary for everybody. Yes, we do have a paid wall. There's a group in the private section that does get some extra stuff, and there's more plans to give them more extra stuff, more courses, more content, and then we're going to be teaching these protocols of how to do this for yourself, for your plants. Water your plants the right way, for your children, for your pets. We are life forms, and only thing interfering with the expression of full-on life is interference. And when you can begin to investigate those levels and depths, well, then you get right on board with what we're doing here at Synergy Solutions. So thank you, everybody, for your time and attention. And
thank you, and thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. We'll see you next Wednesday.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
And for everybody else that's on the live stream, let me restart this video. You get an idea. Here we go. So what is actually going on? And so this is actually, I believe, the most important slide of the whole talk. So I'm going to kind of just chat about it for a minute. I want you to absorb it, take pictures if you need to. But in chiropractic, what we know very automatically, it's what we're taught, is function and structure are very much reliable on each other. And now we fully understand that our nutrition, our toxins have an effect, and now we're talking about traditional Chinese medicine of meridians and acupuncture and EMF and all these waves and different properties of electronics that affect the human body. But what is the new wave of science over the last 20 or 30 years, maybe even before that, obviously started with Einstein, is all these subtle energy fields. And there's a group of scientists now in different pockets, and I don't think any of them are talking to one another. That intention can affect these subtle energy fields. And these subtle energy fields can inform these levels, and these levels can inform back. So it's kind of like, well, how does remote healing work? There's all these, Sharon McTaggart, I was having a conversation with someone over here the other day about Sharon McTaggart. Has anyone heard of that name? Lynn McTaggart, thank you. I'm thinking of a friend of mine, Sharon.
She wrote The Field.
The Field, soft field stuff?
Yeah.
The Field. And she has this whole, YouTube, the intention experiment. And so when there's groups of people having an intention for other groups of people, what she found out was, this groups of people that had the intention directed at them had some changes, but it was who was doing the giving of the intention who had the most profound changes. So it's kind of like this give and receive, kind of like this law of nature. When something goes out, something has to come back. It's kind of like the safety pin cycle in chiropractic.
Then they found out that people who were prayed for benefited, but the people who did the praying benefited even more.
Exactly. So in this idea, I've been working with another KST doc, who's not here this weekend, Dr. George. And him and I, in the last 6 weeks, have gotten on a live webinar. I've invited a couple of my patients on. We've been beta testing, and we've been doing this live healing Wednesdays at noon, every Wednesday, and they're getting changes. And what I noticed was I was having significant shifts in something in my life, in my body. And so it just started to bring some of these videos and some of these books that I've read over the years back to my mind of, okay, this is something here that we can all participate in. And one of the things I really wanted to do, and Ted is encouraging me, I think we can write some papers about this. And this is important because there's not too many people that are investigating the science that are actually applying it to real life. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the camera is off, and I want to thank you for joining in. We're going to be going more and more. We're going to be going live every Wednesday, just like I said, and then we will be offering this intermittently throughout the week in different past sessions. We've been doing this now since August, September 2019. So we are about 7-8 months in to going live weekly. And let's see here. Bring that up. Let's see if I can say hello to you. Whether we'll get one of these cameras working. And because I just want to say hello to you. I want to say hi. Boom. There we go. One of those cameras is working. Not the high def, but we got it. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being here. I'm Dr. Kevin. I will see you next Wednesday. Check out. I just dropped a big webinar on Sunday showing not in my content, other people's content to support what's going on, to give you true information about viruses, to give you information about what you can do for your body holistically, naturally, in alignment, without requiring other tragic interventions. So blessings and best regards. I'll see you on the other side.